Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Battlefront and why I'm really scared and kind of, I don't know, the word is almost, like, not disappointed, but I'm scared to be disappointed about this game. Just from all the ingredients that's happening with this game right now, it worries me. That's what's happening. I'm really worried about this game. I'm scared for this game. I'm worried what's going to happen when it comes out. Now, from all the things that we've gotten, it's not looking very happy. Things are looking pretty grim. There's a lot of people that are upset, and there's a majority of people that are saying everyone's kind of overreacting, things like that. But I'm in the camp that I don't really think we're overreacting. And why are people overreacting? So the reason people are overreacting, or some people think people are overreacting, some people are angry, is because of the amount of content that is in Battlefield. So I don't know if it was ever promised, but space battles were apparently supposed to be a thing where you could fly around in space and fight in dogfights in space and go on other people's ships and take down their ships and things like that. It was in Battlefront 2, I believe, for the PlayStation, and I don't know if it was on Xbox, but I know for sure it was on PlayStation 2, and that was in a PlayStation 2 game. And they had planet battles where you would go on a side. You go on, like, if it depends on the map you were playing, but you could go on like the droid side, or you could be on the clone trooper or stormtrooper side. And in this game, that's not going to be happening. There's no space battles. There's nothing like that. There's no space battles. Space battles aren't going to be in the game. You can fly around ships, but no space battles. Heroes are going to be in the game. Like in Battlefield 2. There was heroes in Battlefield 2 such as like Darth Vader and Han Solo and things of that nature. The only people we know for right now for sure are probably Han Solo, because you can play as the Millennium Falcon, and Darth Vader, and I think it's Boba Fett. So it's either Django or Boba Fett. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Now this is why I'm really concerned about the game. We get all this stuff that all these things are going to be missing. There's no space battles. There's none of this. There's none of that. There's certain, like, for example, the giant Imperial walkers. I can't remember the exact name, but the giant four-legged Imperial walkers. You can't use those. You can't drive them. They are literally just a set piece that walks through the map, and you follow it and you protect it from getting destroyed. And once the walker gets to where it needs to go, then you win the game. And you can't drive AT-ATs or AT-STs. I can't remember all the names right now off the top of my head, but there's a lot of functioning vehicles that you can use. There's just a lot of things that you can't be using. I'm not going to get into every single one. And the thing that scares me is, after hearing all this stuff, that there's going to not, like, the things that aren't going to be in this game, it worries me because I feel like this game is rushed. Hearing that, oh, there's not going to be this, and there's not going to be that, and there's not going to be those, and these, and them, and these, I feel like this game is getting rushed out the door. From what I've heard, they've only been working on this game for a year and a half. Now, I could be completely wrong. I'm not a worker of EA. I'm not a worker at DICE. I don't know every single detail. They could have been working on this game for 4 years. But from what I heard, they got the contract a year and a half ago to make this Battlefront game. And I feel like they're rushing to get it done to make the date of the new Star Wars movies that are coming out this Christmas at the end of 2015. I feel like they're trying to get this thing out the door to launch with the Star Wars movies. So when you watch Star Wars movies, then you can go to the store and buy a Battlefront game and play on the planets like in the movies. And they're trying to make it a movie tie-in game. And I understand that. I get that. That's business. That's just normal business. That's a normal thing to do, is to try to tie in the movie with the game and everything. That works. You get more sales that way. Star Wars is a big hit then. You're going to get more sales. But the thing is you have to think about finishing the game. I feel like the reason we don't have enough content here, guys, is because they're trying to rush it out the door for the release of the new Star Wars films. And that's not okay. That's not okay, because people are spending they already have a $70, probably $80, pre-order or deluxe edition, deluxe edition for Battlefront already. when they don't even have content in the game. Now, granted, the deluxe content actually only has content that you can already get in the game. There's like, oh, you get Han Solo's blaster early, so that means you can get it eventually. But I don't know. I feel like this game's going to be rushed, and I honestly feel like I know some people get mad when people talk about this, and they talk about and they're you're overreacting. You haven't even seen the gameplay yet, and that's another problem. This game is supposed to be coming out at the end of this year. There's I believe there's less than 6 months before this game is going to be released, and we haven't seen one real gameplay footage. We haven't seen one actual gameplay footage of a person starting up a game, getting a blaster, getting a gun, running out there, shooting, dying, respawning, choosing different weapons, looking at different stuff, running around using the actual things. We haven't seen that. What we have seen is in-game engine footage, or whatever they said it was. And that was just a bunch of set pieces running around. That's not real gameplay. That wasn't gameplay. I mean, yes, it's a good concept of what the gameplay is going to be. Of course, you're going to be in a forest fighting that stuff, but is that real gameplay that you're going to be doing when you have the controller in your hand? No, absolutely not. And that worries me greatly, that there is no gameplay yet for this entire game that comes out in less than 6 months. I'm just really worried that this is going to be a Battlefield reskin. And I know this might make you mad when I say that, but I feel like it's true. From all of the signs that we're seeing, content that isn't in the game. We're seeing no gameplay in the last 6 months before the release of the game. There's all these rumors that there's going to be DLC and all this crazy stuff, and that they're pulling stuff out of the game, and all this. It feels rushed. It feels like they're just taking the Battlefield engine, throwing it onto a plate, and sprinkling some Star Wars on top, and that's not what I want. I know that's not what you want. Nobody wants that. Everyone wants a game where people worked hard to make it good. If they had another year, if they had another 2 years to make this game, we might have had space battles. I don't know. I feel like it was the publisher's fault for not starting to make this game earlier on. I feel like they should be putting more content in this game. I know we haven't seen every piece of content, but from what we've seen and what has been announced, it's looking a little bit bleak, to be honest. Am I going to buy the game when it comes out? No, I don't ever buy games when they first come out. I wait for the prices to go down, unless it's a game that I really, really support. I don't really support EA that much, so I'm not gonna buy it firsthand. But you always wait for the reviews, and I'm gonna wait for the reviews. I'll watch Angry Joe, I'll watch a few other people, maybe Pro Jared will do one, but who knows? We'll just wait and see, I guess. I don't know. I'm a little worried. I'm a little scared, like I said in the beginning. Hopefully they can pull this through. Hopefully it's a game that everyone is just like, Jesus Christ, this is the best Star Wars game of all time. And I want that. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be worried. People are like, oh, everyone wants to be angry on the internet. Like, no, I don't want to be angry. If they said there's going to be space battles, there's going to be 15 maps that you're going to be able to play as clone troopers, stormtroopers, rebels, droids, but no. It's 12 multiplayer maps. Stormtroopers, and rebels. No space battles, and not that many actual drivable vehicles. And 6 months away from release, no gameplay, and there's already a deluxe edition. It makes me sad. It just makes me sad that EA has the rights to this. Because I feel like they're gonna milk this thing. I feel like they're gonna milk this thing hardcore, and that's not good for anybody. I don't want to have to pay for DLC for stuff that could have been in the game. And people are saying, well, they're not taking out stuff from the game and putting it as DLC. So I don't know though. It's EA, so we'll see. I say I wish EA wasn't in it, but then again, if anybody else did it probably wouldn't look as good because they're going to be using the Frostbite 3, Frostbite 4, it's probably 5, Frostbite 3 engine. So it's just a waiting game right now. I'm waiting to see some actual gameplay. Once you see some gameplay, then I can probably make my decision, deciding if this is going to be a good buy, if it's going to look good, if it's going to be good. Yeah, tell me what you guys think in the description. I'm not trying to anger anybody here. I'm not trying to make you mad. I'm not trying to complain. I'm just saying I'm a little worried from the things I've heard and the things that I've seen so far. The things I believe, like there's no gameplay. That's the main thing. So come in the description, have a discussion with other people too if you'd like. Like the video if you liked it, and subscribe to the channel too if you want to, because I'm going to be doing a lot more gaming news things of that nature, so you can keep up with what's going on in the gaming community. And yeah, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you'd like, and have a wonderful day.